Apple's 2015 13-inch MacBook Pro just dropped, so let's check out what comes in the box, how fast it is, and what exactly that new trackpad is all about. What's up guys, Jonathan here with TLD, and this is the 2015 13-inch MacBook Pro. I'm sure most of you have seen a MacBook Pro unboxing before, but if not, let's pop the top and take a look inside. So in the box, we get the MacBook Pro itself, which we'll set aside for now, the MagSafe power adapter, so unlike the new MacBook, which utilizes USB-C to power it, this has the good old trusty MagSafe for power. We then of course get the extension cable, which is extremely useful if you've never used this before, and last but not least, the literature, which includes those Apple stickers. So now let's take a closer look at the MacBook Pro. We'll first get that plastic off, which to me is strangely satisfying. From there, we'll crack it open, get rid of that last bit of paper, and power the Mamma Jamma on. Now this MacBook Pro is definitely faster, and I will cover that, but what I was absolutely most curious about was a new trackpad, which features Force Touch. If you caught Apple's keynote, Phil Schiller demoed how a traditional trackpad is hinged at the top and utilizes a diving board mechanism where the top is stiffer and the bottom end is softer. With this new trackpad, it feels mechanical, but you're not actually clicking anything. There's a Taptic engine underneath that will actually create a haptic vibration or click sensation that's actually clicking back at you to simulate a click. It's a little trippy at first, but you definitely get used to it the more you use it. What's also really cool is that this can be adjusted through software. And to start, the click pressure can be adjusted from light to medium to firm, and that will adjust the feel of how soft or how hard you need to apply pressure for a standard click. Once you click, you can then push down further to engage a Force Touch. Now, if you have headphones, go grab them and throw them on, because this is how each setting sounds with both a click and a Force Touch. And to take it even further, the force sensors gauge how much pressure is being applied. So with this, you'll be able to control different aspects of your Mac based on how much pressure you apply. So as an example, you can force click to preview a file, whereas before you need to use the space bar to do so. Or if you're reading text, you can force click that text to get more info on it. And if you have a movie open in QuickTime Player, if you navigate over to the control buttons, the deeper you press, the faster it fast forwards or rewinds. Now out of those gestures, that was definitely the hardest for me to get used to. And again, if you've never used this before, it's definitely a little bit weird, but I'm curious to see how I'll feel after a week or maybe two, so definitely stay tuned for the update in my full review. Now spec-wise, this is the baseline model, which comes in at $1299 US, and I'll have a link below to where you can pick one up and also check out more configurations, but this features a 2.7 GHz dual-core i5 CPU, 8 gigs of 1866 MHz RAM, 128 gigabytes of flash storage, which is really fast, and Intel Iris Graphics 6100. Again, unlike the new MacBook, there is absolutely no loss of ports on this MacBook Pro. We'll start off with the MagSafe 2-input, twin Thunderbolt 2 ports, USB 3, a headphone jack, and dual mics on one side, and then we have the SDXC card reader, HDMI, and the second USB 3 port on the other. Display-wise, it still boasts a 2560 by 1600 resolution, but it's a beautiful display and crispy as hell. As far as speed, giving it a quick run-through of Geekbench 3 in the single-core department, we're looking at a score of 3,326 and a multi-core score of 7,061. Now remember that flash storage I talked about? It is ridiculously fast. I saw scores over 1100 megabytes per second on the right side and over 1300 megabytes per second on the read. Hot damn. Now I will definitely be testing this more thoroughly and more in depth for the full review, so if you're interested in that and also comparisons against last year's 2014 13-inch MacBook Pro, definitely let me know by going Chuck Norris on that like button. Aside from that, that about wraps up today's video. If you have any questions or if there's anything specific you want to see covered in that full review, drop me a line down below or hit me up on Twitter at TLD Today. Again, this is Jonathan with TLD, and I will catch you guys later.